first time, most people, almost everyone, has access to the audiovisual medium to get across their message, to bring about awareness, to bring about change.
The image is shaky and sometimes fuzzy, but it's also very immediate. This is news from the protesters' point of view. It's from a series of underground news videos shot and distributed by active members of Britain's so-called resistance culture.
Protesters are using another increasingly important weapon in the political activists' armoury, the camcorder. We're witnessing the birth of the video activist.
Kevin and his colleagues are so frustrated by the mainstream television news agenda that they also produce and sell their own news video, Undercurrents.
Their video, called Undercurrents, is selling surprisingly well. Activists say 40,000 people may see this second edition.
We did a market survey this summer which showed, we just called people that were subscribing to us, and it showed us the average age of our viewers are from, the age group is from 28 to 35. And it's a lot of media people, a lot of teachers, educators, a lot of environmentalists that are working, don't quite have the time to get out there, but want to see what's going on.
The main reason I'm here is because what will happen afterwards. Like, a lot of the cameras have gone already, and this is what happens. When the cameras are gone, that's when the police move in. That happened at Islington. When the mainstream media left, the police came in and just chased people, they beat people down, and we recorded that. We ended up getting that on World in Action.
People who have had no experience of the media, suddenly they were out there taking video material and finding that the very same day the material could go out on the national news networks. And for them as individuals, that's an incredibly empowering experience. I mean, suddenly they realise that the media isn't something to bow down to, it isn't some great god to which you have over which you have no control. You can shoot something and it'll go on the national news.
One of the biggest problems we had with activists sending us tapes was that the footage was wobbling all over the place. So what we've done with activists is we train them how to shoot properly. We'll train them how to hold the camera steady. We'll teach them about focus and exposure. Just the fact that we're teaching people how to shoot properly has been one of our best success stories, really, because now we've demonstrated that anyone who can use a camcorder effectively and can use a camcorder properly can actually shoot footage which is just as good as, if not better, than any news crew.
Armed with his new knowledge, Paul will be able to join the many other groups around the country who use undercurrents to tell their stories. In fact, he's straight out on his first assignment, a street protest against traffic congestion in Oxford.
What we found was that we actually presented a different perspective on a lot of issues, and where normal news stations might find themselves very much removed from a subject, usually sort of they've been to the police briefing and they're trapped behind the police lines. But we were actually on the other side of the fence. We were in with the people, with the activists, with the protesters.
I was actually demystified what it's like to be an activist. So probably for the first time, people actually seeing what it's like to be in a tray when a bailiff is trying to evict you, or what it's like living as an activist. And for that, and for a lot of people to see that, suddenly it's accessible. It's not something that's always been outside view, which news always tends to be.
As J18 approached, the web pages began advertising for video activists. Liz Thomas responded to an email and came to Backspace, a little nest of computer activism on the river. The idea was to use the internet to bypass the editorial controls of the mainstream media.
When I'd finish a tape, I would go and find a courier who was at one of the pickup points, the person on a bicycle, and send the footage back and have that go out instantly, unedited, over the internet.
In February this year, environmental activists targeted the offices of Shell UK in London, armed with just a computer, a mobile phone and a video camera.
We are in the Shell building on the embankment. My colleagues are now barricading the door, and we're shortly going to transmit live to the internet from inside the Shell building.
And that's exactly what they did. A live video stream meant supporters could log on and watch as the police came and realized what was happening. The power and phone lines were cut, but so long as batteries lasted, the protesters could conduct email interviews and broadcast pictures of their sit-in. Even the moment the police finally stormed the building was seen live on the internet.
It shows how people are bringing about change. It shows why they want to bring about change. So it's really providing some kind of message of hope that you don't see in the mainstream media.
We're dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations, dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations, dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations. Ha, 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 ha. Say goodbye to plastic and goodbye to cars. No more convenience stores. Hello to stars. No more Wall Street and no more Pentagon. Thinking about these things makes me happy. We're dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations, dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations, dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations. Ha, 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 ha. Goodbye to polystyrene, we'll put it into the waste. There is no time for debating, we have to make haste. If we're going to survive without computer program minds, we're going to have to can pop culture and say hello to campfires and stomping bare feet and naked amoebas hungry to eat. Hello to primal consciousness and love for the land now that coyotes are running the country. We're dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations, dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations, dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations. Ha, 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 ha. Sayonara to suburbia and well-manicured lawns. Bye, bye, Barbie and Ken doll pawns. No more developers or slime ball execs. Your condos are on fire. We're dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations, dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations, dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations. Ha, 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 ha. No more a Christian country will have pagan deities, and when we've destroyed technology, we all will be free. The pavement will be ripped up and the skyscrapers cut down. Yes, we are coming for your children. Oh, we're dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations, dancing on the ruins of multinational corporations,